On today's episode of Ark Nova Marine Worlds, a land shark. Just want to go over another game of Ark Nova Marine Worlds with everyone. I really do enjoy this expansion for Ark Nova a lot. It's really rekindled my desire to play the game again. So we're going to start off with the draft here. I got three different, you always start with the three different cards to draft. So there's this card, which lets you snap earlier, which is, I'm not sure how good it is, to tell you the truth. It might be really good sometimes, but I like to draw a lot more cards at once if I can. There's this association task which lets you take multiple of the same partner zoo, and then when it's upgraded you can take multiple of the same universities. And then there's this cards action card, which is one of my favorites so far from the expansion, which is you can do a clever if you pay 2, and when it's upgraded you can just do a clever every time you take the card's action. So I end up taking this one here, and our conservation projects are birds, Asia. What am I talking about? Asia and primates. But I'm not too concerned with these, believe it or not, during this game. Okay, so we have a couple different sponsor cards, and I misread this one, which is you may discard one sponsor card to take one sponsor card. I just thought it was for some reason you got to take one. I haven't used very many of the upgraded sponsors yet, maybe 1 or 2 of them, but this one would have been okay also, but it's discard to gain 4 money. So neither one of them are great anyways. But I end up keeping this one here. And then the one that's given to me is this build, which maybe I should have done. It's pay 2 money to cover a rock or water space whenever you build. So that's actually a pretty good one. That way you can like put things over the rock spaces that you normally can't. But since I misread this one, I actually keep these 2. Okay, see what we get to start with. So just looking at the goals, I don't have much that's great for the start here. I'm going to keep this flamingo, but what I do have is a lot of sea life tags, right? Sea animals, right? So I'm going to keep these 2 and keep this so I can get a second round conservation project in. I guess I could have did a first round with it, but I didn't have the money, so that's the problem with this, right? Okay, so this is what we get. I'm first. I get this talented communicator right off the bat, so I'm just going to snap that up. And there's really not much out here. Like, yeah, there's a bird, but it's hard to play, right? This isn't going to help me because it needs to be upgraded sponsors, and I'm not going to be there yet. In fact, as soon as I do upgrade sponsors, which I will do, I'm going to play talented communicator. So none of these cards are really great. Maybe the jumping lemur would have been good because of the goal here. But sometimes it's hard to get primates, so I didn't want to go down that route unless I had some concrete things in my hand, you know? So when they took that card, this wave symbol came out, so first card was discarded. So we got Marine Biologist, which is every time somebody plays a sea animal card, I would get 3 money if I take this, which I'm going to, of course, because that makes this much easier to do. So no one's done anything impactful yet. We've all just drawn cards. Wingspan Rookie took the King Vulture. Like I said, that's a hard card to even play because you need 3 birds. So like I wouldn't even have touched that this early in the game. I mean, if you're doing birds anyways, you might get like a bird that scavenges, you know. So if it's in the discard pile, there's a chance you might get that one back. So I just wouldn't have taken it this early. It's too hard to play. So I know I'm not going to be able to keep all these cards. So I'm going to be able to play one. So what do I get rid of, right? Well, I can't play my sponsor card, right? So what I need to do is get this sponsor card into my hands. So that's my goal, is before the break, is to get this, play it, then I can get rid of this card here. I'm also going to build a big aquarium also right here. Okay. Let's see what Michelle's going to do. They're also taking a partner zoo. I took this because it makes these 2 animals cheaper, even though I don't think I'll be able to keep both of them. So what I'm really planning on doing is I need to play this once there's a big animal out here in my range, reputation range, so I can use the shark attack ability. And there's nothing really out there yet, so that's why I won't play the shark first. I'm going to play the flamingo. Wingspan Rookie's going to build a 2 up to the corner. Trying to get out to a reputation lead. It's okay if I guess you needed to touch rock right off the bat. But I personally, if you're just doing it to touch rock and not worried so much about this, I prefer building out and getting this draw a card bonus. So my aquarium's built. I'm going to draw a card off the top. It's a tagger. I'm not going to be able to play this anytime soon, so it's probably going to be discarded because there's no way I can get this at the moment. Like, yeah, I could push to get up to this bonus here, but then I'm not going to be able to play an animal, right? So, where I just play the animal and then we'll get this next round. So this comes out. This is really encouraging. It's going to be a perfect food for my shark, right? There goes the card limit increase. So I know I'm going to have to discard, so I need to play my animal now. So there's one less card in my hand. And I put a second kiosk here, so that way I can put a kiosk here later on. That's where my kiosks will be. Maybe one down here later, right? So Wingspan Rookie built another size 2. You got to be careful in this game of getting into the trap of playing the build action too many times. So I snap up Marine Biologist. And I did that with a little bit of confidence that the break wasn't going to happen because neither of my opponents have played animals yet. If they had played animals, I probably wouldn't have snapped it up right there. I probably would have waited till next round. But I needed this to execute, playing this conservation project next round. So now I did get a little bit scared there because I forgot about this card being in there, this jumping 3, because that was out on the display earlier. So Wingspan Rookie played Ornithologist. So I'm going to play Marine Biologist. It's going to be good for me because I know my opponent has built an aquarium already. So more likely they're going to play some. So I'm going to get some money off this card. Plus I have at least one that I'm going to play. So I'm going to discard this and this when the break happens. Oh, my end game goals are Specialized Habitat Zoo and Architectural. If you haven't seen Specialized Habitat Zoo, it's choose one continent icon you did not support, and then you can get conservation projects based on those continent icons. Okay. Okay, so my turn. I'm going to I think I play my shark first. If I'm correct here. No, I do this first. Take the partner zoo for Asia, because obviously it's one of the goals out here. And that I upgraded my sponsors card, so. I really did not read this card properly, because the upgrade side is whenever I choose the break option, you may discard any card, not just the sponsor card, to play a sponsor card from your hand by paying money. So maybe I should have been paying attention to that a little bit more. I thought it was, after I took it, I didn't think it was going to be useful anymore. So I made a few mistakes in this game, which is a good reason why we review these, right? So I can show you the mistakes I made so that other people do not make those mistakes. So I ate the kangaroo with my shark. We're all churning along here pretty good. Franchise is pretty good. Franchise business. It's a really good card, especially on this map because you start with the kiosk already. Then it lets you put down a kiosk. But the problem is my opponent did not set themselves up to place another kiosk, right? So that's a wasted opportunity there. Once again, if they would have played this over these two spaces, they could have put their kiosk here or here, and then they would have got the full benefit of this, right? But now you wasted this ability, right? All right. So I do build over this so I can get my second worker because I still want to do my conservation project here. Now I can do talented communicator also. Wingspan rookie took quarantine labs. Because we are playing without friendly mode, so. Yeah, I think I get constricted twice in this game, believe it or not. So I made 3 money off of this play. Okay, Wingspan rookie's turn. They play their quarantine lab. It's a pretty good card to score with, you know, if you are planning on spreading yourself out in the continents, right? So, yep, see I got constricted here. So I'm just going to spend an X token to do my conservation project. And I eat the cheetah. What a cheetah is doing inside my aquarium, I don't know. Maybe it escaped from another zoo. But yeah, it was a tasty snack. I got 3 points off of it. That's because whenever I did my conservation project, I could trigger my reef abilities, which is shark attack 1, right? I think out of the reef abilities, this is my favorite so far, but it's like a better pouch, you know? Because if I could have shark attacked, I would have shark attacked this one, but I was not in reputation, so. So Wingspan Rookie's still building all these enclosures. The break's not going to happen anytime soon, so I'm going to play the cards action even though it's been constricted. So, and I get a pretty good card here, Galapagos Giant Tortoise, right? That's a well, once I get my conservation up to 10, this is a 14-point animal, so. What I really want is a break, obviously, but I still have a worker left. So initially I'm like, I should do sponsors and break, and I'm like, wait a second here. Let me just do this, spend my last worker so it's not wasted, grab hand size. Now look, my card action's already back up because I had clevered down my animals earlier because I had no animals to play. I didn't tell you when it happened, but if you go back and look, you'll see I clevered it down using my special cards action. Now, like I said, I had like accidentally started to do this to break, so I thought somebody else was going to just break before me. I'm like, there's no way they're gonna let me do the break and get the money and get the X token, but they let it get back around to me, so. I mean, that's 8 money for me, so that's pretty good. And then this happens during the break. Look what pops up onto the screen here. All because of this wave symbol. So I snapped that up immediately. So how I was talking about how I like to draw multiple cards all the time. I pretty much have been just snapping cards this whole game. But that was during the break, so it's okay. So I'm super excited because I already have the Asia tag. It's 2 Asia icons also. I'm sorry, Asia Partner Zoo. So it's not that expensive for me. I can put it the 5 size enclosure here. I'll still have 35 money to play this. So I named this at the beginning Land Shark, right? And that's a joke because you'll see what's going to happen up here and I'll explain it later. But for me, this could have also been Parade of Elephants because once I draw here, I'm going to get the other elephant. Surprise. Out of the goals that are out here, I mean these I'm sorry, not goals, but bonuses. This one's not important really, unless there's something you really want to snap up right then and there, and there's no other way for you to do it. Yeah, take it, I guess. But this one's really good. It's place 3 free kiosk or pavilions in any combination, right? So it's like posture is what it says there, like animal ability posturing. There's 10 money. That's always good, right? But then they have this out there, which is draw 3 final scoring cards and then discard 3. So to me, this is the best bonus that's out there. So Wingspan Rookie draws cards. And there's the other elephant, and then I cut a grizzly bear on top of it. I wanted this out here because I was thinking, you know, maybe I could either play it or sell it with the sunbathing, right? So next I think I grab the... I grab this now, or do I do I don't do a conservation project yet. Because I'm still thinking I could make like 5 Asia, right? So my thought is, well, I need to get another bird tag at least here. But so I draw that, so I have 2 bird tags, and then I draw this. Like, where were you a few rounds ago? Not that I'm not going to play it. I'm still going to play it, obviously, but it'd been nice to get that earlier in the game. Because you're always going to play this card if there's birds out here, right? So... looking at my opponents here, Michelle looks like they're getting Asia, right? Tags together. My opponent really doesn't have any cohesion in their conservation projects. One of each animal, one of each continent. They do have 4 microscopes and 3 rock, which might be endgame scoring for them. At least at this point in the game, you would think that, right? But I know better after, because I have knowledge in this game that you don't have yet. So I play the elephant because I have 2 elephants now. I want to play this as soon as I can. So these are the goals I get. Well, it didn't let me show you. One was, if it would stop moving for 5 seconds, please stop. Sometimes going to next player, it goes crazy, right? So it was aquatic park or accessible zoo. I mean, I could have done aquatic, but it's not my favorite goal to try to go after, even though I have this, right? So I go with accessible zoo because I have 1, 2, 3, right? 4, 5, 6, 7 conditions on my cards. So that'll put me at least at 2. I really like going for architectural here because like I'm really not like leaning heavily into either one of these at the moment, right? So I'm not going to use Asia either for it because I'm going to just try to back Asia right here. I will say for a bird conservation project game, there were very few bird tags out there. So this is we're about a quarter of the way through the game right now. So on my turn, I definitely want to play this. And I play it right here. So I'm going to put a kiosk here and something else here. And then I need to start working towards architectural, right? So I need to build up this way. I know I'm going to fill these in already. I need to build something here to touch this last water. That'll give me 2 points also. Okay, so Michelle's turn. They're going to back a conservation project. They back Asia at 5. So it's because they played these 2 together. Wingspan rookie's turn. They are going to build 4. So they build a 3 size here. And you could tell this that Wingspan rookie might not have played very much. You know, they only have 100 rating because they're just focusing on building here, right? Instead of stretching out towards these bonuses on this side of the map, right? Like, you don't need to have everything fit perfectly in here, you know? This isn't like Cascadia or anything where you want everything to be tight together and it's not a puzzle, right? I would have put it here, right? Unless they needed 2 water, but they still would have got 2 water here, right? Then you're 1 away from your worker. So that's something you gotta learn when you're new to Wingspan is you don't have to jam everything together. You can stretch out and spread out your zoo. So on my turn, see what I did here because I was talking too much. Oh, I played another conservation project. I backed another one. Asia at 2. I did that because if I get any chance at all of releasing this elephant, I wanted to be able to without worrying about this, right? Because my goal is to release this if possible and then play this one. You know, it's not a guarantee it will happen, but that'll save me a lot of work, right? I don't have to build another 5 for it if I can release it. So on my turn, I'm going to build because I need to start preparing to go up here. So I build a kiosk here, build a pavilion there, build a 3 here. So now I only need to touch that and that to fill in everything, right? We're getting to the point where I'm going to show you my second mistake here. I think it happens next round. It's just a lack of focus. It's not like a strategic mistake. It was just me I wasn't focused on what I was doing. So that seems to be a problem sometimes for me. Okay, so Wingspan Rookie's turn is got to do a cards action. Wait, what did they do? Oh, they X down cards, so. Just gonna trigger the break, see what I get out of this stuff. So out of this stuff, this is good for me, kind of. Problem is I only have 1 bird, and it's not the greatest to release. I do get this though, which is interesting, right? Publication is, you may make 1 donation. You do not need to have your association card upgraded to do this. So it's going to get me a conservation point right off the bat when I play it. Because I will play it. There's no reason not to. And it's only going to cost me 3 money. So during the break, I snapped up this Tasmanian Devil. I needed something to sell because I'm going to play my tortoise. But then I also noticed this came out, right? And I wasn't paying attention. So this isn't the mistake though. I just didn't see it right away. I could get a lot of good cards all of a sudden come up in this row up top for me. So I play publication so I can do that donation. Michelle is going to build. Once again, my opponents don't value this bonus here. If you're playing on this board, this bonus is very important, right? So you should be going for this at all times, pretty quickly. I got mine in round 2, so. I'm going to play the turtle here. Sell this and this. They're still picking up their partner zoos at this point. I'm to the point, I'm not, obviously I can't upgrade a partner zoo, but I'm like, I just need one thing to like finish off my scoring on my board that I'm able to do, which is maybe get this here. And that would trigger both of these, which would be 4 conservation points, but I mess up really bad. I'm trying to get to it so I can show you. And it changed my philosophy on what I was going to do. So I snap up Anthong National because I'm going to release that elephant now. And these cards are really good for me, right? I passed up when I messed up. Let me go back here. When did it happen? It's when I went over here and grabbed this, so when was that? Okay, so here's what I drew. Like with this bonus, I drew research zoo, favorite zoo, and catered picnic areas. Well, I didn't think I would be able to do research zoo, and I didn't want to put out a whole bunch of pavilions for this one because you have to have pairs of kiosks and pavilions. So I wanted favorite zoo, but for some reason I had this clicked on to discard, and I was like, oh, that's the card I want, and unclicked it and then discarded favorite zoo by accident. So it wasn't a strategic misstep, it was just lack of focus. Because if I would have had favorite zoo, I would have scored so many more points in this game. So that's why I thought this will be really great, because it'll go with favorite zoo at 9. I have this at 9. So I'm going to definitely push up this reputation track here at the end of the game. So I would have scored like 2 more conservation projects at the end. Or points, I should say. Not projects. Points. Opponents keep putting out more and more sponsors, but I'm not too concerned. I'm going to have 3 of these. Even with this mistake, I'm going to have 3 gold cards at the end. Once again, definitely can tell they're a newer player because they're so worried about packing this in, you know? So okay, release the elephant. It's not that many more points because, you know, I'm getting rid of 8 to gain 15. And then I take the money bonus here. So my next step is thinking, okay, this is really good with architectural. I still was wanting this, but then once it gets the Wingspan Rookie's turn, they once they get to their turn to do cards. See, now I got hit with Venom, so I had to give him 5 money. Like I said, I got hit with 3 bad conditions. 2 of the constrictions, 1 of the venom, or pilfer, I should say. Pilfering, right? They're annoying, right? Later on in the game, it's just an annoyance. It's not even like that bad. It's just like, come on. Okay, so here's where they do their cards action. They're gonna take these cards down at the bottom here. And this comes out, and this, along with architectural, is really good. I have a lot of water tags already, so I'm going to score 4 points here. That's going to be super easy for me to get because I'm going to connect to all the water anyways. I'm going to get 3 points off of this, so I'm going to get this plus the one I have, and also get the conservation point off of this one because, once again, because I'm doing architectural, I'm going to put things here, right? So here's the constriction I was talking about, the second one. It's a build. I'm fine with this because I'm going to put the kiosk there, pavilion there, and then a size 1 here. I get a free card pickup because of my rep. I get a free card pickup because of this bonus. So I get both of those right now. The only problem I have is I can't play them both at once because of I don't have enough X tokens. Then Michelle takes that other card because they wanted it. So I just played it right from reputation. So my brain was still thinking I had favorite zoo at this point. I'm like, I kept looking at this card. I'm like, why does it show no victory points here? You know, I'm at like 10. I should have 2 conservation points here. And I was like, oh, wait a second, Brian. Those are microscopes. Those are research icons. Basically, I was telling myself, you're a big moron. Too late for prime apes for me. Primates. Jeez, I'm like lost my mind tonight. So my turn. I really can't play animals at all. So I'm going to do cards at 4 again. It's not at max, but that's useless. I can't play it. Useless, but I get Savannah. So I'm like, I got me a shark that I'm going to put in the Savannah. So that's where my land shark quote is, because I'm gonna release this shark into the savannah to hunt down more cheetahs and leopards and stuff like that. Just an awkward combination of cards. Rhino came out briefly and was taken right away. But even if it was out there, I don't think I would go for it, you know. At this point in the game, I don't want to build as much. I'd rather just get a few things I can play and try to reach the tipping point to end the game, right? I'm gonna snap up the lesser bird of paradise here. because I was still thinking at time I should do like birds at 4. But this game, like, for me, just accelerated quickly. First thing I'm going to do is play an elephant. Because initially I thought about playing both of these birds, right? Because I could have did that. Then I'm like, are we going to break again? Am I going to get stuck without playing this elephant, right? So this time I'm a little bit more cautious. I keep natural as zoo because I don't plan on building anymore. So it's going to give me 2 victory points, or 2 conservation points. So 6 points total. So I'm up to 82 now. Then I'm going to release the shark into the grasslands, where it's going to use its natural camouflage to hunt and prey. It's going to push me right up to a point where it's going to be hard for me to do much more without causing the end of the game here. So I do pick up this because I wasn't thinking like, oh, I can't really play both of these and not have the game end anyways. So, and I'm also thinking, well, how can I score points for this one? Because I don't want it to be empty. So I want to grab this, obviously. That'll give me 4, which will give me 2 conservation points there. So, plus it'll give me 2 here also. So that's like 4 conservation points. So I'm going to play Geologist. Oh man. Ramini Kite. So I got a pretty good lead here. You know, there's an argument for me just to end it right now. But I just like, there's so many points so close right now for me to get like this, you know, that I felt like I had to keep pushing on here a little bit. Oh man. Oh. So this will be my last turn here. So my thought was, okay, I could play Bird of Paradise, right? If I spend 2 X tokens, that'll push this up, give me a conservation point, right? And then I'll get 5 plus 2 because of my what is that? Geez, Brian. Penguin pool, right? That'd be 7. Then I could put out a kiosk, which would be 8, right? Or, because that's only 11 points, let's just maximize it out and go 3 times 4, which is, once again, get these. Gives me 2 here, which is 6. And then gives me 2 here, which is 6 more, so that's 12 instead of 11. So they were almost identical moves. It was just one gave me 1 more point, so that's what I'm going with. Okay, so I trigger endgame, and now I just have to wait for my opponents to finish up their stuff. didn't have to. I was doing this during the game too, watching Michelle to see if they had something they could play an eagle into. I cannot talk tonight. An eagle. There we go. Into to get like a double turn, but they just didn't have it, so that's why I'm like very comfortable with ending the game. They get 94 before the bonuses. There's probably no way they can catch me because I have 1, 2, 3 here plus 6 more. It's 9 conservation points. Ended up with a 128. Michelle ends up with a 109, and Wingspan Rookie got an 86. So made those 2 little mistakes. They weren't tactical mistakes; they were just lack of focus. This should have been a favorite zoo because then I would have pushed further here. Because instead of taking this, I would have took this, right? Which then would have gave me this one also. Would have gave me up to 15, which would have been a 4 down here. So, but it is what it is, right? But yep, it's pretty easy to win when you get 2 elephants like this, you know. But so if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Any support I can get, I appreciate. And until next time, have a nice night.